how best to describe Spiral? It's okay. It is better than 3D, it is better than 5, and it is absolutely better than Jigsaw. But it is nothing more than okay. I can't even bring myself to call it good. It's barely above average. Why? Well, let's discuss. What's up? What's happening? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to your animation station, your number one station for anything and everything animation, including some live action. Very frequently, but soon will be every now and then kind of thing. And welcome to the final recap review, because we are taking a look at the final Saw movie that has been released as of right now. And that is Spiral from the Book of Saw, released, I believe, last year, if I'm not mistaken. It was either last year or 2021. It was sometime, it was a year after the COVID pandemic, so, it was filmed and it was all done before COVID even hit, but because of COVID, they knew that it would affect the box office, so they just decided to, you know what, let's just wait a year and then release it in theaters when everything calms down. And yet it still backfired, and this movie still tanked. Which is a bit of a bummer, because this is actually a decent movie. It's not a great movie, it's not even a good movie, but I can at least say it's above average. It has some good concepts, it has some interesting ideas, it has a pretty decent cast. I mean, the main stars of this movie are Samuel L. Jackson and Chris Rock. I mean, that alone's gotta sell your tickets. But then you also try to do something completely new. You try not to just redo the same Saw thing over and over and over again. And you try to give it a bit more intrigue and mystery. And you know what? I will give you some credit for that. But problem is, it still has a lot of problems. Well, why don't I just get into my written review, and then I'll just explain a little bit of the final thoughts. So the pros: it has an interesting concept, it has good acting, it has a decent story, it has some pretty creative traps, it has decent kills, and it has a very shocking ending. Also some pretty good music. However, the cons are that the pace drags, the kills are very cut down because of the MPAA. Yeah, a horror movie's worst enemy is the MPAA. The runtime is too long, the trap plot is incredibly long-winded and takes way too long to actually come together. The cop plot is still boring, despite the good acting. No actual scares to speak of, this movie isn't freaking scary in the slightest. The characters are boring, despite the good performances, and the mystery is incredibly predictable. It's better than 3D and 5 and Jigsaw, but it's still unfortunately nothing more than decent. One and done at best. Hopefully Saw X is as good as the early reactions say. I will be able to see... Well, I should be able to see Saw X soon, but I might be a little later than expected, because I gotta go back down to Baltimore again for more family, personal stuff, so... Unfortunately, this may or may not be delayed a little bit, but, you know, it is what it is. So... that's pretty much all my thoughts on Spiral. It's a decent movie. I'm not gonna tell you don't watch it. I think fans will enjoy it. I think it has some merit, and it does try to do something different. And whenever you do something different but don't quite fail, I have more respect for you than just doing the same thing over and over again and failing. Because it means that you have some ambition and actually try something different. And when you try something different, even if it doesn't work, you earn a little bit of my respect. And because of that, I'm going to be giving Spiral a final verdict of a solid, decent 6 out of 10. It's a one-and-done film at best, unless you're rewatching it in a marathon with the rest of the films. But I mean, if you want to skip it, I won't blame you, you're not missing much, but I think fans will enjoy it. I think it has just enough to warrant at least one watch, and then you can draw your own conclusions. Well, that's it, and like I said, I'm probably not going to be able to see Saw X until at least, I don't know, Sunday or Monday, so that's when you'll get my review of that. But Apparently, the early reactions are super positive. It has a freaking 62 on Metacritic right now. So, who knows? Maybe it'll be a return to form, or maybe it's just another case of early reactions trying to screw me over. Looking at you, Flash. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we're going to cap off today, well, review-wise, we're going to cap off today with a comprehensive, detailed, and bit of a rant-filled, comprehensive analysis of the final saga of Dragon Ball Z, the Boo Saga. I have a lot to say on that one, so I'll see you then.